Hello, my name is Enrique Ochoa. I live on the side of the tracks because mi abuelita, she lives on the other side of the tracks. She lived over there in an adobe house that she helped her father build. It's not because she invented the wheel or cured cancer. It's because she did something in the 40s that women didn't do. She got out of a bad marriage and she raised her kids on her own. Over there is where she washed clothes on a washboard. There's where she played with her brothers and sisters. Let's let her tell her story.
My name is Vicenta Soto. I was born March 7, 1923 in Tucson, Arizona. My parents, both immigrants, came into the country to make a better life. My father, Ramon Soto, was a strong man with a simple purpose of providing for his family. My mother, Mercedes Valenzuela, was the backbone of the family. My parents raised cattle and hogs on their land. We had a garden of vegetables that covered a large area next to our adobe house. Back then, you could claim land by fencing it. My father fenced 100 acres. I loved the days when my father would ask me to help with the chores, which included feeding the doves, cleaning out their cages, and hanging the clothes. There was one chore he didn't let me help with, and that was making tamarin moonshine. But everything else we all had to help with. I loved school, but I had to drop out when I reached 8th grade, mostly to help my parents around the farm. But that didn't stop me from learning on my own and teaching myself to write and speak English. I think if I had continued with school, I would have become a lawyer.
I was 19 years old when I started to work with a tailor that had a contract with the Army. Every day I would deliver a truck full of pressed uniforms to the soldiers. I met my husband on a delivery. We courted for about a year at the disapproval of my parents. My father was so against me marrying this man that he offered to buy me anything I wanted. But I was getting older, almost 21, and would be considered an old maid if I didn't marry soon. He gave me something I treasure more than words, 3 children. But the marriage became stormy from the beginning. He started drinking. My Catholic upbringing told me to stay with him. I continued to work to support our family. I held several jobs, cleaning people's houses, ironing, waitressing. My father didn't like that I was supporting him. He said he should support me. In the early 50s, my father built a small tavern on our property and asked if I could help him run it. I did. My marriage was all but finished, and after 14 years, I had enough nerve to throw him out. In the 50s, women didn't throw their husbands out. I knew that people would say things behind my back. I knew that my parents would be ridiculed, and my father was concerned that he was entitled to have my property. I heard that my father made him a deal. I never knew what it was. I was left to raise my children on my own. When my parents passed, I only had my children. I thought I would never meet anyone again. I didn't for about 11 years, but then one day, a man started coming around to the tavern. He was hardworking and made me smile. I got pregnant with his child and later found out he was married. The hardest thing in my life was breaking it off with this man. But I had to because I got pregnant again. I don't have any regrets. He gave me 2 girls, Two girls that made me work harder than I ever did before. I wanted more for them than I did for myself. I wanted them to understand less hardship and more laughter. I think I accomplished that.
Now at 83, I look forward to when my children come to visit.
I have 5 children that I adore, 12 grandchildren that simply are beautiful, and 21 great-grandchildren that are teaching me about computers. I have 3 great-grandchildren and one on the way.
If I could do my life all over again, I don't think I would do it any differently.